Okay guys, Covington, Louisiana is where I am now. This is my mom's neighborhood. Really almost Truman Show like. Taking care of her this week. Had a great weekend. Put on a little pounds though, I gotta walk it off. And I put up a YouTube short of some of the food I've been eating. Anyway, wanted to get this video out related to the Munich HighEnd show. This is Aries Cerat feature. That's a company I've always been impressed with. Does it all, even a turntable now. Great horns, great unique style tube amps, not traditional tube amps. And if you want to go back, I have an interview on my channel with Stravros, Danos. I think it's 3 parts. That's a must watch because it's a deep dive, lots of high-tech questions. If you guys are into the weeds of why Aries Cerat is different and why they've impressed me, that interview that I did with Stravros will be a good starting point. But this video is kind of a parlay on those. If you've already watched those, he's going to be talking about the new speaker he introduced at Munich HighEnd, and also some of the other stuff that I've covered in the past. So I wanted to release this separate so you guys could enjoy it. It's a deeper dive than my normal room visit, so enjoy, and I got plenty more to come. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Not my normal backdrop. This is actually my friend Doug's system. Any longtime member of the channel will recognize this room. Amazing room. I've got videos where he installed the sub, where he installed the MBO 101s, great video. Installed that dome and turntable. He's got the Bach. He's also got swarm subs, not just the Rel. Behind me there's a sub there. And then over here, where he also has a cool headphone rig with Sennheiser, Modrite, just cool. And then even he's in a band. He's got a great guitar collection, RME Babyface. He's got a tape deck over here. Again, most of you guys that are long-term subscribers know who Doug is. So I'm in his room right now because he's doing some surgeries. He's a surgeon, but I'm heading to the airport coming back home. But I wanted to try to get you this video with Aries Cerat in Munich out because it's very important company, I think, to highlight. It's a litmus test company for me. Number one being, when people understand Aries Cerat and don't knee-jerk either love it or hate it just on looks. I mean, their finishes are the best in the world, but I know some of the horn designs and stuff can, you know, for primitive audiences, they'll make knee-jerk conclusions. Really, when I bring up Aries Cerat, that's a great litmus test for me, at least, to know where a certain audiophile is and who I know kind of understands audiophile technology, and what they do is not just stereotypical stuff. They do it all, and you're going to see from turntables how innovative it is. They even came up with a new USB interface. Their tube amps are not just the stereotypical circuitry, but we're going to talk about their new horns today in particular. And one of the things that they do with this inverted horn and a deeper horn for the ribbon driver, also some of the things active they're now doing. Again, you're seeing more and more YG, the best companies in the world. And he's going to tell you why you want to have a separate amp for each woofer. And also, he's embracing EQ. Now, he's still doing it in the analog domain, but it's just like with his turntable. Most linear tracking turntables, theory is better than implementation. Same thing in DSP or EQ. It's much better to be done in the digital realm for most people. But when he does things, he does it to the nth level. So he's got a huge box that allows you to do all kinds of crossover mods for tons of parts and tons of relays with that horn speaker. So active, analog EQ with the crossover. This is a very state-of-the-art speaker that I wanted you to learn about, have a dedicated video on, and Stravros as a person, one of the most brilliant people I've encountered in the hobby, and one of those brands, like I say, that's a litmus test. I do apologize for the audio up front, a little bit of noise from them playing music. It does get better after the first few minutes, but this also highlights my videos in general are just raw, unscripted. I like to give you authentic stuff from the show that is not pay for play or anything. I'm not getting paid for this video. I don't shake anybody down after videos. So you're getting the raw things that happen before hours on Sunday at Munich. So enjoy, guys. Alrighty, guys, one of the best rooms, if not the best room at the show, is Aries Cerat, as it is most years. I've been here, and it doesn't disappoint this year with some new releases. So I'm here early hours on Sunday to catch Stravros before he gets so busy, and see if we can't do a little walkthrough of your newest creation. Maybe we can go closer and take a look at. This is called the Palace.
Yes.
Okay. Any special meaning behind the name?
Pallas is Goddess Athens.
Oh, let me get out of this right here.
The nickname of Goddess Athens was Pallas.
Okay.
So, and it was the goddess of in mythology of arts
Okay.
and academia and music. So we figured out this appropriate name for the speaker.
No, that's perfect. Design-wise, you're always doing kind of a hybrid of horns and AMT type drivers. Similar thing here, I guess?
That's a true foil ribbon. For this speaker, it was the first thing that we developed was this special kind of horn for this two-the ribbon. It was quite very special sounding, so we based kind of the new speaker around this new driver.
Oh, so this is the ribbon, the raw ribbon?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an open round ribbon.
Okay.
It's carrierless, doesn't have any carriers. It's two foil. It's open back, but we use an inverted horn in the back to absorb the back weight.
Oh, an inverted horn.
Yes, in the back, and in front it's a very long throw cartridge horn. It's about 3.5 times the length of the bandwidth of the other section.
That is very deep. Yeah.
It's quite different horn. The horn is semi-active. All speakers are semi-active. So the three front waves, the front firing waves are passive. So we have the mid-range here in the modified Tactics. Yes, 360 horn.
Okay.
So it has a full rollback to eliminate any diffraction. It's loaded with a 555 replica, which is called 667, made in Germany, custom made. And on the mid base, we have a field coil driver with a custom face back. So it is kind of a vibration driver kind of design.
Okay, so a field coil. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're combining. I don't think I've ever seen a raw ribbon with a field coil and then
Yes.
compression driver.
It's a 555 replica. It can play very low, that driver, and it's one of my favorite. We use a version of it in the Contendo and a version of
Is that right?
Aurora as well.
Okay. And then on the side we have your bass drivers.
On the side we have 8 12-inch drivers per speaker.
Wow.
So it's 4 plus 4.
Oh wow.
So they're active and they have a 1 amp per woofer. So it's totally of 16 amps just for the bass.
Wow.
We have we believe, you know, when you go to, if you want to be uncompromised, you have to have each woofer on its own
amp.
on the bass.
Okay.
Because they're not always equivalent. They have slight differences on the back AMF. So when you have Class D amps or Class AB with feedback, it's not, let's say, optimum to have double coils in parallel.
Interesting. Yeah, that is going to the next level. Yeah. And so the electronics fit.
So this is a quad channel amplifier. So it has 2 quad channel amplifiers for the bass.
Okay.
Sitting inside. So it's open frame, as you can tell.
Yeah.
It's almost an inch thickness in aluminum for the frame.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a fabric covering.
Yes, it's a fabric.
But it's
covering
open baffle, basically. Yeah.
It's a folded baffle. And the front is solid wood.
Okay.
And we cover it with our liquid pearl.
Beautiful, yeah. And yeah, you use your 5-axis CNC machine to make the horns yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it's quite a laborious work to make that finish.
I bet. The finish is unbelievable. Let me get a close-up here. Yeah, you definitely have the best finishes in the industry. Yeah. You would think that this is textured, smooth as can be, but you would never know that just by looking at it. Truly incredible. And what's the price on this? $380. Okay. For the amount of work that goes into this and the amount of drivers, it includes the active portion, and then this is the passive.
Yes, it's plug and play. You get the amplifier, you just hook up
Plug and play.
Yes, the speaker is about 102 dB, so you can
Any amp you can
exactly.
use.
It's pretty easy to drive. That's the output crossover. The output crossover handles pretty much everything. It has the three-way passive crossover from the front. It has a Bluetooth module, which, as our other models,
To
can
control
pretty
it.
much, modify the whole speaker performance
With
in the
it,
analog domain.
in the analog only.
So which is really, it's not a DSP design. So there are a very big arrays of relays that you switch, filters, transformer caps, etc. to make this.
That's why it has to be so big, because you have to have a lot of relays and
Exactly.
switches. Yes.
Also, you have the conditioning for the field coil power supplies.
Oh, okay.
So you have another power supply for the field coils. It's fed into the crossover. You have some kind of conditioning there for the field coils as well.
That's amazing.
And we also have a very elaborate analog filters for the bass, which is has quite some adjustments. You have slope, you have some shelving,
Okay.
you have of course level and some different slopes you can try on.
That's amazing too. Yeah.
So it's quite quite the
To do that all
chameleon.
in the analog domain is pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yes, you have to have the flexibility, but I don't like DSPs because you have, you're trying to make, great DACs, and then you have to go again analog digital and digital to analog.
Right.
So
Yeah. If
that's
it's not
where-
combined, yeah.
So that's where you have problems with DSP in that chain of conversions. So we try to do everything in analog domain on very, very low impedance circuits. So the filters are actually driven by the amplifier, not the preamp.
Gotcha.
So they are very, very low impedance. They sound better this way, but they are a bit more stressful to an amp, but not that much. If you have good amps, they don't really care about extra impedance filters.
Well, it's very rare that I would say a $380,000 speaker is a bargain, but usually when I see speakers of this price point, I kind of try to figure out where is the cost coming from. But when you consider all the drivers, the amp, the CNC'd horn, the crossover, the ability to change it, slopes and points remotely, Bluetooth and analog domain, it's kind of like nobody else is doing that. So very impressive. Also, you got some new amps.
Yes, so most of the new series of products are built around the noise tech, the negative output impedance energy source technology. It's not that new in the sense that this was introduced in 2011.
Okay.
And we just put it in the fridge because we felt, it's not, we're not ready for it yet. It's too, not complicated, but it's too expansive. You can combine it with any tech. So now with the triode fed, inverted triode, the normal tube circuits we have, we were able to combine this new technology, which if of these technologies and spawn out new, very exciting products. For example, we were able to combine the noise tech with the triode fed, and we came with a new flagship amplifier.
And this is called Audacious.
This is single-ended, single-stage, 100 watts. Personally, my new favorite amplifier of the lineup.
And so this is in the monoblock, you got 100 watts,
Yes.
zero feedback, yeah.
So it's single-stage from input to output.
And how much are these?
These are 105.
Really? Okay. Yeah, again, normally I'm more shocked. And then, of course,
We have the new flagship preamp, which again is a combination of the new noise tech and the inverted triode. So it's using, let's say, a Jetto technology combined with noise, and we end up with this, top of the line design. For the digital, we have the Ithaca Minor, which is not new. It was launched last year. What is new is we're having a secret, let's say it's under the radar for some time, a new digital product.
okay.
Which is not named yet, and is going to provide a new way of interconnecting our DACs
Okay.
to the servers. It completely bypasses the USB connection.
Okay.
It's going to be retrofittable to our lineup, and it's compatible to any server out there, either a dedicated server or even a laptop, mini streamers.
So it will convert the USB?
What does it? It's an endpoint, so it connects to any server, streamer, laptop, computer,
as a USB endpoint.
Okay.
It stores and then it handles pretty much everything downwards. It's connected to our DACs with proprietary 5-wire connection with our protocol. So there is no USB connection between the endpoint and our DACs. It's totally retrofittable to all the models, all revisions of our models. So, and it is quite an upgrade in our lineup. It doesn't require crazy expensive servers to really launch the performance.
So the it'll be like a separate box per se?
Yes, it's a separate box. The user will just unplug the USB card and install a daughter board, which will talk to our to the external box. So they're gonna, let's say, forfeit the USB connection of the DAC for this proprietary connection.
Interesting. Well, that's going to be exciting to see.
This is a pre-prototype that we're using, and we're using.
Is that the box there?
Correct. Yeah. And we're just using a laptop for the show, just to show the performance.
Okay. Yeah, so I see you're using a combination of cables here. You have in acoustic, and then
we have in acoustic. We have La Boca for the rest of the line, and being short of cables, we're just using black cables.
Okay, yeah, that shows you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, no, it's beautiful, and you're not afraid to show what's under the hood in any of your
construction. Yes.
No,
and we don't always, want to show what's possible. We have the flagship, of course, and this year we introduced our smallest phono yet, the Hermes.
Phono stage? Let's go take a look at that.
That's our baby phono.
Yeah.
So it handles pretty much everything for our analog chain.
So yeah, it's a fully balanced design, and then your turntable. This was released last year. This was magnificent.
We have some new announcements after the show. Well, for the show we have the new toner as well, which is a hybrid aluminum printed carbon layered toner.
Okay.
So that's the new. After the show, we're gonna introduce the new motor, which is gonna have hydrodynamic bearing as well, just like the Platter.
Okay.
So that's we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, if you're interested in this, look at my 2024 coverage of. We had probably almost a half-hour video going into the technology behind this is amazing, and you're doing linear tracking, which is much more difficult sometimes to accomplish.
It's in theory it has a lot of advantages, but usually
doesn't get implemented.
Compromises in the implementation ruins the benefits. So if you're going to do linear, you have to do it correct, or just don't do it, in my opinion.
Well, that's the common criticism, is that theoretically it's supposed to work.
One of the worst, let's say, things on the implementation is that the linear, the air bearing will always have a plate because they're low pressure, open frame designs usually, and you can't tell because even if you just press it, it's going to bottom out. So that compliance is what it doesn't give this robust foundation for the cartridge to deliver dynamics, the base. That's why you see linear bearings don't have the foundation of the radial toners. But we spend a lot of time trying to get a super stiff air bearing. So our bearing is at full pressure. It can be loaded with 80 kilos. So it's extremely stiff and true zero resistance. So it has extremely solid foundation for the cartridge to deliver the dynamics.
Yeah.
Plus a few tricks on the actual design and actual toner to eliminate all vibrations.
Awesome. Yeah, I encourage you guys to watch that video from last year. I think there's nothing else left to be said, except I think you already got an audience gathering for.
We also have the new baby amp on the other system.
Oh, on the other system? Okay, let's go take a look at that real quick.
So
is this here?
Amp,
okay.
Yes. That's the smallest amp we made.
15 watts?
51, single stage, single-ended. And it's also based on our noise technology.
Yeah.
It's incredibly sounding amplifier. It's shoots way above its price figure.
What is the price on?
Price in Europe is going to be 18,500.
Okay. Yeah, I have some speakers that can be driven with something like that. Maybe that'd be a great one to try.
Absolutely. Can arrange something like that.
Yeah.
It's it pretty fast became a very favorite amplifier of ours.
Is that right?
Because again, this technology it just transforms pretty much any other tech it's combined with. So we're very excited to have this. It's called Windesim 15 to celebrate our 15 years, and it's also 15 watts, so it's appropriate, I think.
Okay. Definitely interested in maybe checking that out. And I got to tell people, if they haven't watched my videos, I think this is one of the most brilliant speakers ever made. Maybe polarizing to look at, but everything is done for a reason. The time alignment, the open baffle woofers, butt oriented where you get some back wave, the horn, custom CNC'd, the finish, the outboard crossover. This is horns done right with a combination with another raw ribbon. And you have the ability to kind of move that in timeline. There's just so much brilliance that belies the looks of this speaker that definitely watched my videos in the past, because this is what originally caught my eye and brought my attention to Aries Cerat, learning more. And then I realized the brilliance comes all throughout the entire product line, and they can do it all, even turntables, as you see. So enough talking though, let's go ahead and start listening. Thank you, Jeff. All right.
Of your life, north and south and east and west of your life. I have only one request of your life, that you spend it all with me. All the seasons and the times of your days, all the nickels and the dimes of your days. Let the reasons and the rhymes of your days all begin and end with me. I want to see your face in every kind of light, and fields of Jordan, forests of the night. And when you stand beneath the candles on your cake, oh, let me be the one to hear the silent wish you make. Those tomorrows waiting deep in your eyes, in a world of love you keep in your eyes. I'll awaken what's asleep in your eyes. It may take a kiss or two. Through all of my life, summer, winter, spring, and fall of my life, all I ever will recall my life is all of my life with you. Summer, winter, spring, and fall of my life. All I ever will recall of my life is all of my life.